I gave 2 AI coding tools the exact same challenges: recreate the SpaceX website from a screenshot and build the ChatGPT clone in 5 minutes. This is what's happened. So here's the context. I've been using Claude Code for months. It runs from my terminal. It runs pretty much everything I do at the moment. I've got multiple projects, like 15 or so projects that run on it now. It's literally the backbone of how I work. And in fact, it creates the ideas and the bullet points for this exact show. So yeah, I'm a big fan of Claude Code and I think it's here to stay. However, saying that, I keep seeing people saying GitHub Copilot, use this, try this, and it's everywhere at the moment. So now it's just done a massive update in March. I think it's a good time of any to give it a go. So I've never actually tried it at all. So this is going to be completely fresh off the box, kind of me using it live, which is good. So today I've literally installed Copilot for the first time. I've set it up in VS Code and I'm literally about to start seeing what happens. So to make this interesting, I'm going to put it against my favorite, Claude, and then we'll see how it works and run them both through the same scenario effectively and see what comes out on top. Okay, so 2 challenges, same prompts, real results. No editing, no cherry picking, whatever they produce you will see. Before we get into it though, just a quick context on what GitHub shipped this month, because it's honestly pretty insane. 4 major updates in a single week, which is pretty crazy. The coding agent starts working 50% faster. That is semantic code search now. It finds code by meaning, not just by matching. You can run subagents as well, work in real time in a head-up display, and the CLI went GA with full agentic capabilities. So this isn't Copilot from 6 months ago. This is a completely different beast. It's completely fresh, loads of good updates, and it's kind of why I wanted to test it against Claude Code right now. The pricing is worth mentioning too. Copilot runs at $10 a month. Pro Plus with full coding agent is $39. Claude Max is $100. So there is a good question here on cost as well. So let's get into it. Okay, so I've got these up now. I've got Claude Code here and I've got Copilot going on here. I just need to open the chat window for it. There we go. Get rid of that for now. Okay, so we should both have these going, which is great. So what I've gone ahead and done is I have screenshotted the SpaceX homepage, and I've also actually screenshotted the Tesla homepage. So I'm going to do a test on both of those just to have a couple of goes. So what I'm going to do here is, let's go with Copilot first. I have created a folder on desktop called Claude Bees Copilot. In that folder is a screenshot of the SpaceX website. Recreate this landing page as closely as possible using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Make it responsive and pixel perfect. Now, as you probably, a lot of you will know, we can go to town on this. I'm going to paste the same thing into both. Okay, so yeah, we can probably go into town on these prompts, but I'm going to just go a nice standard generic prompt just to see kind of how it reacts. So let's start that one off and let's see how they run. Okay, I need to allow these. So as I've not used this before at all, obviously I have to click through things. My Claude is running on its own because it's bypassed permissions in a lot of the cases. In fact, let's do that now. So there might be some extra clicking on this, but it's fine. I'm more interested in the kind of finished products, to be honest, to see how it goes. And also the speed, I guess, on how quickly it can do these things. There you go, Claude is finished, which is great. Let's keep going on this one. I'll wait and do like a grand reveal for both at the same time once they're both done. So that was pretty quick, to be fair. This is slightly slower, but I think it's mainly because of permissions. Okay, I think they're both done, which is great. Okay, so this has given us a nice little link by the looks of it, which we can click on. This one, let's have a look. Landing page is in here, so okay, open it. Can you open the landing page, please? Okay, and then we'll do the same for this one. Open the landing page, please. Okay, allow. Okie dokes. So we have got this one, which is the Oh dear. That hasn't dealt with it as good as I thought it was going to be. Okay, so that's that. Let's have a look. I wouldn't say especially anything. It's missing loads. It seems to be struggling with images. The content seems to be roughly there. The logo's not there. Okay. And let's go with Claude. See what Claude's pulled out. Okay, this looks more like it. I will show you the reference image in a second. So it has some sort of resemblance of a logo up here. It's got the right colour schemes. Okay, not too bad. Not too bad at all. And I would say this is hallucinated here as well. Okie doke. Let's go on to this. Can you open reference image, please? Okay, so this is the reference image. This is all I gave it. So it's very simple. And I think you'll probably agree that Claude Code definitely did a better job on this one. It was pretty much to the T in regards to design. The logos obviously were both not perfect. One of them was missing, one of them was not there. So I think test 1 is definitely Copilot 0, Claude Code 1. So yeah, let's give it another chance. Let's go for Tesla's one, and we'll see if we can get Tesla to do a better job. And fingers crossed it does a better job on that one. So let's try again. Okay. I do love the way that kind of again, I'm sounding a little bit biased here, but how Claude just, rather than just saying like loading or whatever, it makes up these little confunnily bobs, actioning, whatever you want to call it, loads of random things it comes up with, just to keep more interest, I guess. But I tend to just kind of set and forget on some of these things. I do a really good detailed plan, and then I'll go ahead and crack another one. Okay, we've opened by the looks of it. That one's done. So in this instance, it actually finished quicker than than Claude. So Copilot wins on speed on this one, which is interesting because it was second on the first time. But again, I think it's down to permissions. Okay, great. They're both opened. So interestingly, it's giving us a little note here. The cars and landscape are built entirely with CSS gradients, clip passwords, since there's no image file. Okay. So I guess it's kind of noted the fact that it may be lacking here, and it's given us a kind of reason why potentially and what you could do instead. Let's see if I've got anything similar to this. Files created, styles, script. No, it's not really said anything to you there. Okay, let's open these both up and see what we're looking. We'll go with let's go with Claude first this time. So the cars look frankly horrendous, but I guess they covered it slightly with a note. Let's open the other one. So Copilot, it has a logo this time, which is good. There's pricing on here. It's interesting it does more. That's one different thing. So it kind of has used its brain, I guess, and completed the rest of the website that which he thinks is potentially right, or gone on to Tesla's website, I don't know. Whereas this is purely giving us a screenshot copy, effectively, of what it thinks it was there. So again, I'll quickly open up the image, reference image, just to show you what it should look like. So this is the initial one. So I would say, let's click up there. So at the top, they've both got the top Tesla, they've got the vehicle's energy. I'm going to say, I add this onto it. You have 5 minutes to do this. Please present results after 5 minutes is up. Whatever the stage of build, I'd like to see it. Thanks. Okay, let's just change that. Copy. No way. It's that was less than a minute. It's in and done. Okay, let's drag it across and have a seat while the other one's still going. It looks pretty ChatGPT to me. I'm pretty impressed with the speed of this, to be honest with you. Hey, can you actually act as ChatGPT? Do you have access access to its brain. Brain. Okay, that's not really, let's just do this. Let's test a simple task. Okay, can you scrape 10 leads for my AI automation business, please? Again, it's pretty low level, but let's see what this says. This is interesting. Oh, done. Okay, so this is Claude's version. Okay, interesting. Let me just do the same questions here just to keep it fair. Okay, they're not really doing anything, but they both look like a ChatGPT model. Do we say it's a pass or a fail on this? I mean, they created a clone to a certain level. It looks like ChatGPT. It chats, it responds, but it doesn't give you an actual response, which I guess it probably can't, based on the fact that it's not got any sort of LLM or anything behind it. Did we ask it for anything in there? Let's have a look at the chat. Build me a ChatGPT clone from scratch. Chat interface, web input, conversation, dark theme, fake AI responses. That stream character by character. HTML. Okay. I mean, we could have been more detailed with the prompt potentially saying the AI responses need to be at least kind of relevant to what we're asking. I think overall the test is fairly successful in that regards. It kind of is a loose prompt as it was, and it kind of they did what it did. Speed. So Copilot was definitely faster. Claude was probably a minute slower, maybe. I kind of like the look of Claude more. These logos in particular, I don't like these little robots. And it has the chat box there, a little bit extra. Nothing here. What else has it got? Has it got settings? Can we actually do anything in any of these? No. What about down here? No. New chat you can do, which is good. Can that do new chat as well? Yeah, that can do new chat. Okay. I mean, I like these extras. Okay, I don't know. Open to interpretation, open to discussion on that one. What do you think on that video? Comment below which one you think is the winner on those two. Okay. Okay, so I've just thought of a third challenge. I don't think those two challenges kind of been technically in depth enough. So one thing that I like to do and use quite regularly is N8N, just purely based on the fact that you could build so in the spirit of this video, I've just thought of the third challenge I want to do quickly. I think it's a lot more technical and something that people might want to see. In the spirit of this video, I've just created a third prompt for a third challenge, just to kind of put the systems a little bit more of an in-depth test here. I think the first two are kind of a bit too basic, I think. What I do quite regularly is I use N8N. I build systems as part of my business as well, so I like to use N8N because it's repeatable, although I use it in conjunction with Claude and conjunction with other systems and all APIs and that sort of stuff. N8N is a good barometer for kind of keeping things consistent throughout kind of processes, I guess. So N8N is good for keeping systems kind of consistent throughout. So I'm going to ask them both to build for me, and I'm going to keep it a little bit more interesting, and I'm going to ask it to kind of build me a trader bot as such. So let me paste these in. This will be interesting to see what it comes out with. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. 3, 2, 1, go. So it's already coded, which is cool. So the fact that it's kind of showing you straight away what it's doing, whereas Claude it does do that as well, but not to this level. So yeah, it's quite interesting to see how it goes. There you go, it's done. So it's quick. I'll give it that. It is quick. So Copilot, let's have a look. I'm going to go through this while everyone's loading just to see what it's actually done. So it's giving us a schedule. Okay, CoinGecko, RSS feed, AI verdict, Slack. HTTP requests, yep. AI function, Slack or Telegram, okay. Okay, this looks pretty good. It's giving us the importable JSON, which is good. Okay, I like the looks of each of the headers as well, it's quite cool. And Claude's still going. So again, that is done. Okay, so it's not a huge amount of difference between the two in time-wise, but it is notably quicker on screen at least. So let's have a look. Schedule, fetch prices, coin case. It's a similar approach. Fetch nude, RSS feed, yet again, serial approach. News fallback, that's interesting. I don't think I saw a fallback on this one. Did I see a fallback? No, I don't think I did. Okay, so that's one kudos point for that one. Yeah, Signal GPT-4 Mini. Interesting, it suggested a lesser model. Send to Telegram or send to Slack. Again, similar sort of thing. Error handling, which is good. That's got error handling too. Okay, so they're very similar outputs actually, and it's given us a way to import it, which is quite good. Both of them have imported JSON, which is as I expected. Okay, so we'll come back once I've imported these into NEN. Okay, so we just had to do a lot of changes there to fix that JSON. So you can see here, it's done a lot of changes to get us a new file. So fingers crossed, the new file is importable. Let's try. I'm assuming it's the same name. Yes, come on. Yeah, okay, great. So we have a working NAN. So obviously from here, we need to add our own API keys, Slack integration, all that sort of stuff. So I shall do that and come back to it. But whilst we're waiting for that to do, we will go on to another page for Claude. Okay. Let's get that out of there. Then we need to create a new workflow. Okay, so let's import, where was it? Let's say the same for this one. Can you save it in the Claude V's Copilot? Whoops. Already saved that. Okay, great. Handy. Import from file. AI trade.single.json. Okay, double click. There we go, and we're in. Okay. So, slightly different approach by the looks of it. Even though it sounded quite similar on the actual chat for each, they're actually different. I like these additional data points it's put in here, which is great. Again, it's given us Slack and Telegram, so it's again either or, which is not just one or the other, which is great because I don't actually have Slack, so I will definitely be using Telegram on that instance. Okay, so we'll get these working with the APIs, because obviously I'm not going to put my APIs on screen, then we'll come back and see how they're looking. Okay, so it's been approximately 30 minutes since I set these off, and I'm still trying to fix this Copilot version, and it's not happening at the minute. Unfortunately, it's not able to kind of diagnose the errors properly and fix itself. So as you can probably see on this chat here, I've been going backwards and forwards with it for quite a long time now. I've imported it probably 8 more times to try and fix it. I've tried to do some things manually, just tricks into the trade that I kind of know myself, and it's just, yeah, it's not happening. It's not an API issue or any credential type issue. It's purely not getting the data it's supposed to be getting. So at this point, I'm not going to spend any more time on it. I'm just going to show you the working model, which Claude is working. Again, it did a couple of fixes. There's no problem at all for this, but it's working after probably 5 minutes of playing around with it. So I will show you now in my Telegram. So I've got a bot set up here, and I will show you how it works in the bot. So execute the workflow. Obviously the setup will run over 15 minutes, but I've manually done it here. So speaking to the LLM here, in this case is ChatGPT's OpenAI model, and then it should hopefully populate us with a message to tell us what it should do. There we go. So let's see how accurate it potentially is or isn't. So let's give us a single current price, 69,452. I don't know if that's accurate or not actually. Yeah, these seem pretty good. ETH price seems about right. Pricing is okay. So this is pretty good. I'm pretty impressed with this. Yeah, I don't think this is going to be something you can use to trade with on like a 1 minute, 5 minute time frame, but as like a general market kind of feel, I think it's given us a pretty good idea. So yeah, in the space of in Claude's in the space of 10-15 minutes, it's up and running. I'll try and get this other one up and running tomorrow and see if I can. I'll do an updated video if I can. But I don't want to spend any more time on it. I spent plenty of time on it now. It's still not working. So, yeah, I think on this instance, it's going to be a win for Claude for these, which is good. Again, I'm not trying to be biased at all. It's just the way that the cookie crumbled on this instance. Again, it may well be the fact that I've not used it before, a reason why. Okay, so after running both challenges, here's what I've kind of learnt using this Copilot for a short while. I don't think these tools are competing with each other, to be honest. I know that sounds like a bit of a cop-out, but I think Claude is more of your like senior architect. It knows your problems, it can fix them for you and gives you like a complete solution. It's fast, it's autonomous, you don't have to do too much to it. It's something that I use, as I said, day in, day out, and I love it. So yeah, I think it understands everything you want to do, and it's brilliant, to be honest. And I think Copilot it's got its place. I mean, I will play with it a bit more over the week. Again, this is literally the first day of me literally opening it and playing it live in front of you. But I don't see why there's no reason why they can't be used in conjunction with each other. I think it's definitely worth the money in this instance, especially if you compare it to the price of Claude. So yeah, I think it's good. They didn't conflict with each other. They both handle things in different ways. Here's kind of the thing that really surprised me, actually. Claude Code is now available as a third-party kind of agent inside Copilot as well. So that's even Copilot themselves saying, yeah, use both. It kind of speaks volumes there. I'm going to keep both of them. That's my verdict for the day. I think it was good to test them. I'll keep testing them, keep trying them. Again, I'm really comfortable and familiar with Claude, so that may be some of the reasons why I couldn't get certain things to work or whatever with Copilot. But that's not to say that it can't do it. It's just that maybe I need to use it a bit more and get a bit more understanding for it. But I kind of want to give it a kind of a fresh dive into it today and just see what it could do. So yeah. So if you want to try this yourself, the challenges are linked in the description. Same prompts, same rules. Run them yourself and see what you can get. I'll be genuinely interested to see your results. Next week as well, I'll be pushing this a bit further once I've got a bit more comfortable with the systems itself. And so I'll do some integrations with custom agents. And then maybe I'll get them talking to each other as well, which would be quite cool. So subscribe, please, if this was useful. Drop your results in the comments. I'll read every single one of those and that comment, and I'll be interested to see what you get. Thank you very much.